Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Nerissa Bauer calling in from headquarters. I am just testing out this new system in anticipation of my next virtual roundtable. So, just wanting to make sure that I can actually stream this recording live on my YouTube channel as well as my Let's Talk Kids Health Facebook book page. So, for those of you who are tuning in, and if this is streaming, I'd really love to know. But I do want to just invite you all to my next virtual roundtable, which is this Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I am so excited to welcome all of my guests, and I'm going to be telling you about them in just a second. So, October is ADHD Awareness Month, and part of what I love to do is to bring people together to talk about things. Hence, Let's Talk Kids Health. But I do want to say that October is a very special month because it is our chance to break down the stigma and really get quality advice, recommendations, and information out there to the public. So that way we can all do our part in destigmatizing ADHD. I just got done teaching my sixth training mission meeting of my course, Teach Me ADHD. And it was such a blast to work with these junior and senior detectives week to week, and really seeing them engage and understand and come to value their brains. That's what we want for our kids, right? We want them to know that having ADHD is not necessarily good or bad. It just is, and it's a part of them. And we want them to embrace those superpowers that they have. Am I saying that having ADHD is all roses? No. I mean, I know that there are challenges inherent about it, but I believe firmly that when we can give kids the education, the knowledge, invite them in, and to be able to express their thoughts and feelings, they're 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 in. They're all in, and they want to know how to do good at home and school, how they can feel better, how they can work with their parents or with their tutors or their teachers or their doctors, right? The people on their team. So anyway, I just wanted to put a plug in for the virtual roundtable. So most importantly, it's a lot of fun. For those of you who have been following me for a while, you know that I used to do a Let's Talk Kids Health Facebook Live show where I'd usually invite a guest. I've now transitioned to doing a Teach to Go podcast. Still same format, but it is for members only. But this is my chance 3 to 4 times a year to offer something for free to everybody because this information needs to be out there. And I've invited some of my very special guests and friends, colleagues who I've had the chance to work with personally here in the community or get to know virtually, which is awesome and amazing. So, for those of you interested, please save the date for October 17th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, it'll pop up there, or my Let's Talk Kids Health Facebook page. And my guests include the wonderful Jennifer Meisogland, who has been on my show a long time ago. She does trauma informed care, does a lot of work locally here in Indiana, working with adoption and attachment, and just does really great work working with families. So I'm so glad to have her back with me. Dr. Hillary Blake from Woodview Psychology, another great friend who has been recently on my podcast, but is well known here as one of the only providers who provides dialectical behavior therapy for children. She also does the SPACE program. And so I am so excited to have her on the panel. Also, Emily Badeau, who was recently on my podcast, and she is being brought on because she specializes in parent child interaction therapy and what that looks like. So I love to get her perspective because the virtual roundtable discussion is tips for parenting and behavior therapy success. And what better person than to have someone who works routinely with both parent and child in those sessions. And then Dr. Michelle Thorne, a longtime friend and colleague of mine. She specializes in anxiety therapy and depression therapy. She loves working with adolescents. She is a child psychologist and works with kids and teens. and has been doing it for a very long time. So I'm always happy to have her back on the show. She has been a presenter on my other virtual roundtable, so I couldn't resist asking her back. Uh, Lindsay Gale is also a recent guest on my podcast. She is a fabulous example of someone who does play therapy, does theraplay, does kids yoga, was recently certified in that, and will be coming onto the show. She works here and serves families in Indiana. And then friend Karen Montgomery, um, who is so lovely, and she is not here in the state. She's in Kansas, and fellow ADHDer. She was also on my podcast recently. She has just this exuberance and this energy, and is doing such wonderful things in her private practice, but also in disseminating and writing books. So I'm so excited to have this fabulous panel of uh, individuals who I am very grateful to be able to call on when I have questions or need referrals. And I hope that you will join me so that you can actually call in and ask questions. But I will start the conversation off. It's going to be an hour. So make sure if you're on Facebook or YouTube, follow, subscribe, check it out, put a reminder on your phone so that way you can join us live. That's the best way to do it. All right, that's it for now. I'm going to end this reminder here from headquarters, and I hope to see some of you on Tuesday night. That's it.